Welcome to Make Shit Happen. My guest today is Brent Erenwert. Brent, thank you so much for making the drive and coming over here to Make Shit Happen Podcast Studios. Thank you so much, man.
I appreciate you having me come out here. I was honored when you reached out to me.
How are you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
A hot summer day in Houston, another day in paradise.
You know, I think we're used to it as long as the storms are staying out of the Gulf.
Oh, yeah.
We got a little wind. We're good.
Oh, yeah. Just as long as there's no big hurricanes or big flooding. I mean,
Not yet. Maybe next week.
I hope not. I hope not. I know there's one coming. So, you right now today are in, produce business with your family, and you've been part of the family business now for 25 years.
Yes, sir.
And what is your role, day-to-day role at Brothers Produce today?
So today I'm the CEO. And
Okay.
as you know, being pretty much probably in the same position, we don't know what our role is whenever we wake up in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I mean,
We wake up with it's like that magic slate that you pull. You got a list. I make a list every day of what I need to get done, and I may get three done, and that list just keeps compiling because the first calls and you're in the distribution business just like I am. Furniture is what you sell. Distribution is what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I
service.
tell everybody. I mean, there's in furniture business. I mean, it's a service business, and I mean, we got to make sure we get people's stuff to their house and make sure they stay happy. Same thing. I'm sure you're doing the produce. You're selling produce, but you just really service business. It's servicing. Make sure that their stuff gets over there on time. So, 25 years, man. Being in family business, that's another tough thing, right? Being in family business. Now, I know recently you told me that you started cold storage.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that. How did you get to that?
So, kind of going back to the 25 years, and it's probably been more than that because of being a family business. Just like we're doing it as a kid. That's 25. I've been doing it legally, getting a paycheck without my dad giving me, baseball cards or money to do things to come up there and work with them. But so cold storage I saw it as a byproduct of what we did without adding overhead. I started seeing that the best services we had was trucks and refrigeration, and as you have over here at this beautiful warehouse, storage. So I saw it as a way to add leverage to what we do without adding costs. And then COVID hit. And what did we see COVID? We saw a broken last mile. We saw an increased demand for things such as, love or hate Amazon. They're great at what they do, and they created a demand for a lot of products that need storage. So what I started seeing was a surge in the cold storage, and that's where that business was born out of, that I always say is going to be the future. If every produce company doesn't look at themselves and realize they're a cold storage distribution company, I think they're lost.
So 2015 is when you started it, but really in 2020 it kind of boomed.
Yeah, I'd say it started as more produce, cold storage, re-stickering products, holding things from the port. A lot of stuff comes through the Houston port that people don't know about, such as pineapples, occasionally get grapes through here, mangoes, avocados. I started seeing a surge in frozen and dry storage. And that's obviously a better perishable or non-perishable product. And when you think of hoard, this hoard purchasing and buying that we saw, that's where cold storage and dry storage comes into play. So I started seeing a surge in that. And then being able to go that last mile gives you all the power in the world, because you have to be able to deliver you can be holding the best product in the world, and if you don't have a way to get that product to the person's door, you're still holding that product in the world.
Absolutely. So I mean, and that has now become more of your focus.
80% of I always say I've done every job at that company. I'm a servant leader. I'll drive a truck if I need to drive a truck. I'm on the ground with everybody. And, but 80% of my day, I've worked sales, accounting, buying, but 80% of my day now is dedicated to the cold storage growth. And just because I see Amazon was built on books, and I keep using the Amazon reference because it's always in our face every day. 1 out of every, 189 people work for Amazon, I saw the other day. Some crazy stat. But Amazon was built on books. Did we ever know their future growth would have been everything? But, books will always be there. Produce is always going to be in our future. But cold storage, I believe, is a really a growth animal for everybody. in cold storage, dry storage, any storage, because everything that's on this table around us, it touched logistics and storage at some point to get here to us.
Now, when COVID hit, and I mean, what did y'all think is gonna happen as far as your produce business? I mean, you saw restaurants shutting down, and I mean, I know a lot of your business at Bread's Produce, a lot of business is restaurant, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Right?
So I took over as CEO in 2014, 2015 area.
Mm-hmm.
One of my big focuses was diversity.
Mm-hmm.
We were about 80 to 90% food service at that point. I said, you know what, we need to start diversifying our portfolio, because if you got schools, you got retail, you can't really stock for retail because they're self-distributed. Mm-hmm. And then the food service piece. Then when COVID hit, everything was cut off. That's where I remember it was March 12th, 2020. I was at Cirque du Soleil. I got that call. Hey, your kids were on spring break. School's all canceled next week. I made a call, I remember, to HEB. And I always say your net worth isn't what you have, it's who you know. And I asked them, I said, hey, your stores are overcrowded. You got a lot of people there. Let me help you. And we started kind of running some product that they would send to us to help distribute and refill the supply chain. And then some other companies did that with me in unison. That's why competition always has to be friendly, because y'all work together. And that's one of the ways we started pivoting through COVID, was just filling that supply chain gap and using other pieces. I went into home delivery. I always keep 3 years of notes of what I want to do. Last year, I blew into the third year because of this calling every single play in the book. And that one happened to be, and it ended in home delivery. I'm still in home delivery today. Do I know if it's profitable? It's probably not profitable. It's amazing brand exposure. And I think brand exposure is everything, because companies die, but brands live forever.
Mm-hmm. So what are y'all doing today as far as home delivery goes?
So today on the home delivery side, I run it through a site, which is brothersproducewholesale.com. And I sell everything from fresh juices to proteins to produce. And basically,
so y'all are retailing it to home delivery?
Right to the front door.
Okay.
Right to the last mile.
But instead of wholesale margins, you're getting retail margins, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a little higher because it's just a tough model to make money on. Mm-hmm. But we're helping that consumer that may not be able to get to the store. Mm-hmm. They're able to at least get stuff to their front door. And I think I had never run a home delivery in my life until last year. And last year we ran $4 million through that service.
So let me ask you a question. I mean, when y'all delivering these, are these going out in a refrigerated vans, or are they going out in just like, somebody's just doing a hot shot thing, or like Uber Eats kind of deal? We
are controlling. No. It's a great question. We are controlling our last mile, and that goes back to, I always say, Brothers Produce is a food safety technology company that delivers produce. We have to control the product from the farm to your door. So I have to know where that product's been, because every recall in the world is due to cross-contamination. Mm-hmm. And I want to know if somebody gets sick, do I have the product? I can't say my lettuce is better than your lettuce, but what I can tell you is if there's a recall, did I have that lettuce? And I can tell you yes or no. Because nobody's really immune from a recall. It's all about traceability. So we control that last mile. Mm-hmm. So that's why when I talk about the profitability of it, it's something that I'm still gauging. That's why I'm adding SKUs and I'm doing more beverages and things, because I feel a lot of things are falling off the shelf because of COVID. Really strapped SKUs down. You're seeing it at the fast food menus. You're seeing it at the restaurant menus. Anything that disrupts the supply chain. Truckers are controlling the world right now, which is great. I always say a truck driver is the most underappreciated job in the world, because they're always in a hurry to wait on both sides. And now they're finally appreciated and really leaned on. So now we're able to, what's happened with the SKUs though, is you're seeing SKUs fall off the shelf. A lot of those SKUs still have a lot of meaning, and they're coming to people like me through this home delivery store or through other